Long ago, the world was filled with violence, and people had turned their hearts away from God. But one man, Noah, stood out for his faith and obedience. This is the powerful story of how Noah built a massive ark, saved his family, and witnessed the greatest flood the world has ever known. Get ready for a journey of warning, faith, and hope. This is the story of the ark, Noah and the Great Flood. Many years passed after Adam and Eve were sent out of the garden. They had sons and daughters, and those children had more children. Soon, the earth began to fill with people. But sadly, most people did not love God. They did not want to obey His commands. As time passed, the world became full of violence. People were cruel and unkind. They hurt one another and did not think of God at all. One of Adam's descendants was a man named Enoch. Enoch was different. He chose to walk with God, even though everyone around him did bad things. God loved Enoch and used him as a prophet. Enoch bravely spoke God's message to the wicked people of his time. He warned them that one day God would come with His powerful angels to bring judgment. The people did not like Enoch's message. They hated him for telling the truth. But Enoch was not afraid. He kept doing what was right. Then, one day, Enoch disappeared. He was 365 years old, still young for that time. God had taken him away to keep him safe. Enoch did not suffer a violent death like Abel. God protected him from the hands of wicked men. Then something strange happened. Some angels in heaven chose to disobey God. They left their heavenly home and came down to earth. They took on human bodies so they could live like men. These angels chose women as their wives, something they were never meant to do. From these unions came children who were not normal. They grew into giants, mighty and fierce. They were known as Nephilim. These Nephilim were violent bullies. They frightened others and filled the earth with terror. God saw how bad things had become. People were always thinking about violence and evil. Their hearts were full of wickedness. God was deeply saddened by what the earth had become. But not everyone was wicked. One man still obeyed God. His name was Noah. Noah walked faithfully with God. He was honest, obedient, and clean in God's eyes. He had a wife and 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. One day, God said to Noah, "I am going to bring a great flood to destroy all life on earth. The people have filled the world with violence, but you, Noah, I will save. Build a large ark, make it out of wood, cover it with tar inside and out. Build rooms for your family and for the animals." Even though there had never been a flood before, Noah believed God. He began building the ark just as God said. It took many years. People came and watched. They laughed at Noah, they mocked him, but Noah kept building. God gave Noah exact instructions: how long the ark should be, how wide, how tall, and how many levels it should have. At the same time, he warned the people, God is going to bring a flood. Turn from your bad ways. But no one listened. Finally, after many years, the ark was finished. God told Noah to bring the animals into the ark, 2 of each kind, a male and a female. From the sky and the forests, the animals came: lions, elephants, zebras, birds, snakes, and even insects. They all entered the ark. Then Noah and his wife, his 3 sons and their wives, went into the ark too. And then God shut the door. Outside, the sky began to darken. Suddenly, the people outside stopped laughing. The skies, once clear, began to darken. Heavy clouds gathered, thunder rumbled in the distance, then, for the first time ever on Earth, rain began to fall. It didn't just rain, it poured. Thick sheets of rain crashed down from the sky. Water also burst up from beneath the ground, flooding the land from every direction. People outside the ark began to run, confused and afraid. Water quickly filled the streets, rising above the trees and homes. The laughter was gone. Now there were only cries for help. But it was too late. But inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe. God kept them protected. The ark floated peacefully over the floodwaters, carrying life with it, just as God had planned. Noah and his family cared for the animals every day. It was hard work, but they trusted God's promise. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain did not stop. The whole earth became one giant ocean. Even the tallest mountains disappeared beneath the waves. The rain finally stopped, but the water did not disappear right away. For months, the ark floated over the earth with no land in sight. After many days, Noah opened a window and sent out a raven. But the raven kept flying back and forth, never finding a place to rest. Later, Noah sent out a dove. The first time, it came back with nothing. But the second time, it returned with something special: a fresh olive leaf in its beak. That meant the water was drying up and trees were growing again. Noah smiled. The promise of a new world was near. Then one day, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Still, the earth was not ready, so they waited. At last, after more than a year inside the ark, God told Noah it was time to leave. The big door was opened. One by one, the animals stepped out into the fresh air and green land. Noah and his family also stepped out. The sky was bright. The land was clean. A new world had begun. The first thing Noah did was build an altar to thank God. He offered a sacrifice to show his love and appreciation. God was pleased. He made a promise to Noah and to all living things. Never again will I destroy all life with a flood. Then God placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky, a sign of his promise. It was a reminder that God keeps his word and that he treasures faithful ones like Noah.
And just like that, the rain stopped, the waters dried up, and God placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky. A promise that he would never again destroy the earth with a flood. Noah and his family stepped into a new world, grateful, faithful, and trusting in God's plan. This story reminds us that even in a world full of wrong, God still sees the faithful, and he always keeps his promises. Thanks for watching, fam. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more inspiring Bible stories with me, Kiki Sparkles. Until next time, keep trusting, keep believing, and remember, God is always with us. See you in the next story.